Hey, what's up you guys? Brandasauresrex here, and today we're going to be doing a review on the SH Monster Arts Space Godzilla. So, before we take a look at the figure and its accessories, let's take a look at the box. So here we have the box of Space Godzilla, and you can see that this is in a different fashion than the other boxes that I usually have. This one has more of a crystal, purplish feel, kind of like Space Godzilla himself, and the box is a little beat up because this was a used figure, but whatever. But you can see the differences between like this one and let's say like the 2014 box where there's just giant slashes and things like that. So what's cool about this box is that it's very customized to Space Godzilla. Like even if you look at the top of the box, it still has this like Space Godzilla written in here with the crown that is on like his head, because Space Godzilla has a very nice crown on his head. And then when you look at the side of the box, has this very cool photo of Space Godzilla, SH Monster Arts logos and all that stuff. I didn't say it in the front, but it also has your medallion for the Toho rights to Space Godzilla, the medallion for 2012. This is a rather old figure. Tamashii Nations and Bandai, whatever. And then you turn it to the other side. It's just the Space Godzilla in this really cool silver, and it kind of reflects light. As you can see half of it, you can't see all of it. And this is SH Monster Arts at the top. I can't show you guys. Oh, wait, I can start this way. There you go. See, it says SH Monster Arts right there. Space Godzilla looks really cool. And then on the back has these really cool photos. So on the back here we have a great set of photos for Space Godzilla and some of the poses you can get him in. This doesn't really necessarily show off the range of motion that the Space Godzilla has. I have no idea what this giant sticker is on the box. This came with it. It has nothing to do with me ordering it, so you know, you have all your information for Space Godzilla here. You have cool poses. Alright, so now let's take a look at Space Godzilla's amazing accessories. So, for Space Godzilla's accessory, he comes with one Corona Beam, which is his blast effect. So, Godzilla has the atomic breath. Space Godzilla has the Corona Beam, which is kind of lightning, but not necessarily lightning kind of effect. And it comes with a Tamashii Nation stand, and also comes with crystals that are jetting out of the ground. So let's first take a great look at the Corona Beam. So here we have the beam itself, the Corona Beam, and you can see that it is very nicely done with this very nice gold and white. There's just amazing coloring going on. The texture on this is very awesome. It has these spikes on the side that look really cool. It's very distinguished, like you know this is a Space Godzilla effect. It's very cool. It's very awesome. I love using this, and I tried to put it in as many displays that I did before filming this review as possible, just because I wanted to show it off as much as I can. I think this is one of the cooler breath effects that they have in the lineup. Let's grab the Tamashii Nation stand. Pretty standard stand, 3 points, they all move. You pretty much, if you have one, you've seen them all pretty much at this point. And then you have this cool crystal base instead of the standard base. So see, you can see all the cool textures. It kind of does seem like a cookie. I remember I was watching a review, I think it was by Meads, and he said it looked like a cookie. And at first I was like, what is he talking about? But now seeing it in hand and seeing it in person, I do see the cookie kind of texture that's going on here. But the crystals do look fantastic. And buying this, just this alone, made me want the little Godzilla for the giant crystals, so I can do a cool display with having all the crystals together, which is very cool. So now that we have all of Space Godzilla's accessories out of the way, let's talk about how amazing this figure is, because this figure is downright amazing. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to show you guys all the intricate details that a.c.b.a went through to make this figure, and you could see how amazingly sculpted this figure was. So taking a look at the chest, and just the chest alone with the shoulder piece that is connected, so basically all of, I'm going to move his hands out of the way, all of this, you can see all the amazing sculptural details that went into this. Just all those little lines and like scratch marks and, you know, fades from the whites to the reds to the bluish purples. Just crazy that this was made by somebody. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. Just look at it and you can see all the work that went into this little piece. Taking a look at the head, you can see all the interesting little details and nuances that make Space Godzilla very different from his Godzilla brethren. You could see that he has 2 rows of teeth forming on the inside of his mouth, and then it leads to these larger teeth that lead into these spikes that are like these teeth that are sticking out of the side of his mouth, which makes him look even more ferocious and dangerous than Godzilla himself. So on the top of his head, you could see that the crown that defines Space Godzilla as the, as this king or something, just makes him look even more cooler, because Godzilla doesn't wear a crown, but Space Godzilla wears a crown, and we all know that Space Godzilla kicks some serious butt. Also, another detail I wanted to touch up on is Space Godzilla's dorsal plates. They are very different from Godzilla's. Instead of being like a bonish material, these are crystals. These are literally crystals that are finding their way out of Space Godzilla's body. It's completely different from the SH Monster Arts Godzilla. And I'm going to grab him and just do a little comparison between the two. So here we have Space Godzilla compared to the SH Monster Arts Rebirth Godzilla. And you can see the difference between the dorsal plates on the back. You see how these are like a bony, dangerous looking, animalistic ones on the Rebirth. And then with the Space Godzilla, it's more of an elegant, beautiful piece. Which I can't decide which one I like better, but I do know that this just looks amazing. So for articulation, Space Godzilla has a great range of articulation for an older SH Monster Arts. So we'll start at the head first. His head does move up and down, left and right, and you do get a great range of motion. If you shift this back, this piece right here, you can get him to look down, and if you shift it forward, it will kind of lock it into place, and you could also push it very far up. So if you kind of shift, either way you shift this, you get a great range of motion. The mouth does open and close, standard. The arms here, they do not move anywhere on the shoulder, but once you get here, they have a great range of motion down here. You can move like so. Then he has a double jointed style elbow, and then wrist articulation. Then at the abdomen, he has a cool range of motion where he can shift side to side, and he can move down a little bit and back a little bit. Not too much because of all the dorsal plates that are back here, but he does have a good range of motion up there. Then the cool thing about this is that the Godzilla that preceded this figure had a terrible range of motion in the legs, but Space Godzilla does not disappoint. As you can see, that Space Godzilla has a fabulous range of thigh articulation, and with that great thigh articulation comes a double jointed knee, and he does move ever so slightly at the shin, and then he also has ankle rotation, which is amazing. So much, I think he's a little bit more flexible than like some of the other Godzillas in the leg portion. And then moving on to the tail, we all know how this works. A very long tail, a lot of ball joints, a lot of sleeves hugging this together. All articulated, very articulated, very mobile. Mine does have a little scratch right here, so be very careful with your Space Godzilla. But very great, like a very great range of articulation going on in the tail. So for size comparison, here we have Space Godzilla sized up against the Heisei Rebirth Godzilla. I do not own the SH Monster Arts Godzilla, the original, the 94 one, which was supposed to be his counterpart, but you can see that this is kind of out of scale. Space Godzilla is supposed to be slightly taller than Godzilla, and even with doing that little trick that I told you about earlier, where you make Space Godzilla slightly taller, they're still kind of out of whack, if that makes sense. But you can fix this through various camera angles, or just sinking Godzilla down slightly a little bit to make him look shorter. On camera, it does look like Space Godzilla is taller because of the crystals, but he's really supposed to be somewhere like this. compared to him, if I remember that correctly. It's not very drastic, but it is something that I can see some of you SH Monster Arts collectors complaining about because you're very specific about scaling. So here we have Space Godzilla stacked up against Godzilla Jr. I do not own Little Godzilla at the moment, hint hint, but you could see how he stacks up against Little Godzilla. So you could see a $90 figure compared to a $50 figure. So for my final thoughts, is Space Godzilla necessary for your SH Monster Arts collection? Yes. Do you need Space Godzilla? Yes. Is he overpriced? Slightly. But this figure is hand down one of the best SH Monster Arts figures out there, and I mean this. I own about 13 figures so far, and I'm about to get 3 more, and I still think that this one is highly regarded as one of the best SH Monster Arts figures for a reason. He easily popped in one of my spots. For me in the SH Monster Arts line, this figure is a must get, and if you don't have it, I feel very, very sorry for you that you did not get this when it was slightly cheaper than it is now. And if you have the money to go drop $100 on a figure, go do it. Stop wasting your time sitting here listening to me ramble on about a figure. Just go buy it, okay? Because Space Godzilla was a badass, and he did cool things, and he was one of my personal favorite Godzilla villains, and have him and be able to play with him and, you know, mess around, it's perfect. It's a win-win for everybody. So with that all being said, check us out on the a.c.b.a. Facebook page, the like page, and the group. Come join us there to see awesome displays like the ones that I do at the beginning and end of my videos. And also, go check out Neverfolder Films. They're the ones who created the template that is at the end of the video that shows you all the videos to click if you want more awesome videos. Make sure to check the links down below for my social media where you can follow me there. We can be friends on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. And if you have cool photos, I'll follow you back. And you can also follow me on Twitter. I never update, but you can see all the videos that I am liking at the moment and the videos that I am currently following, which is always also cool. And also make sure to go to my second channel and subscribe there. Go subscribe to my second channel because I make awesome videos there too whenever I feel like it. So with that being said, I'll check you nerds out next time. Make sure to click one of those links and check out another video. Peace out.